I, 28 years old, have been best friends with Tom, 29 years old, since middle school. We did everything together: school projects, sports, parties, even living together in college when money was tight. I trusted him completely, like a brother. About a year ago, I started dating my girlfriend, Sarah, 26 female. We met through mutual friends and clicked instantly. She was smart, funny, and had this calm presence that made me feel like life was finally going in the right direction. We hung out a lot with Tom at first, and everything seemed normal. He even gave her advice on what I liked, how to surprise me, and at first I didn't think much of it. Then things started changing. Sarah became distant, more secretive, and always glued to her phone. Sometimes she would leave the room suddenly when a message arrived, and sometimes she would laugh at messages that she quickly hid when I walked by. I asked her if something was wrong, and she always said it was just stress from work or family, nothing to worry about. My gut told me otherwise. One evening, she left her phone on the table while taking a shower. I know it's wrong, but I checked. A message popped up from someone saved as T. It said, "I can't stop thinking about last night. I shouldn't have done that." My stomach dropped. I opened the conversation and saw it was Tom. For weeks, they had been texting, joking, flirting, sending heart emojis, and planning secret meetings. I scrolled up and saw messages about them spending nights together when I was at work. My heart felt like it was being crushed. When Sarah came back, I confronted her immediately. She broke down crying and tried to explain that it was a mistake, that she didn't mean to hurt me, and that Tom made the first move. I couldn't even process what I was hearing. I called Tom right then. At first, he denied everything. Then, when I told him I knew, he said, "I didn't think you and Sarah were that serious." My trust in him shattered completely. I told him to never contact me again and kicked Sarah out that night. She begged me to forgive her, promised she would block him and do whatever I asked, but I felt disgusted and betrayed beyond repair. Since then, Tom has been telling our mutual friends that I overreacted and that I ended a years-long friendship over a single mistake. Some of my friends even agreed with him, saying I should forgive him because guys mess up sometimes. But to me, it wasn't a mistake. It was a choice, a deliberate choice to betray me again and again. After cutting them both off, I found myself alone. Half my friend group avoided me because they were friends with Tom and didn't want to take sides. I started feeling isolated, angry, and depressed. I spent hours replaying everything in my head, trying to figure out if I was too harsh or if I handled it right. Every time I thought about what they did in my own apartment, I felt sick. A few weeks later, I started noticing things about my life that I had ignored while being with Sarah and Tom. I hadn't realized how much I depended on them socially and emotionally. I decided to focus on myself, getting back into old hobbies, exercising, and even starting a side project I'd been putting off. Slowly, I started feeling a little better, but the anger lingered. I couldn't understand how someone you've trusted your whole life could do this to you. Then one day, I got a message from an unknown number. It was Sarah. She said she wanted to meet and talk. I almost didn't respond, but curiosity got the better of me. She confessed that she regretted everything, that she never felt safe with Tom, and that she was manipulated. She said Tom had pressured her multiple times and that she had gone along because she felt trapped. She begged me to forgive her. I didn't know what to do. Part of me wanted to scream at her, another part wanted to hear her out. I agreed to meet just to talk. She explained everything, tears streaming down her face, and I could see she truly felt remorse. But the betrayal had already caused irreparable damage. I asked her to leave and never contact me again. I realized some things are too broken to fix. After that, I cut all ties with both Tom and Sarah. I moved to a new city for work and started over. Slowly, I made new friends, people who respected me and my boundaries. I even started dating again eventually, though I was cautious. The experience left scars, but I learned an important lesson about trust and boundaries. A few months later, I heard through mutual acquaintances that Tom tried to apologize, but most friends had distanced themselves from him as well. Sarah tried contacting me online, but I ignored her messages. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but I realized that forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. Now I'm in a better place emotionally and professionally. I spend time with people who value honesty, and I've grown stronger because of what happened. Sometimes I think about how different life would have been if I hadn't found out, but I know that I made the only choice I could. So, Reddit, am I the asshole for completely cutting off my best friend and my ex-girlfriend after discovering their betrayal, even though some of our mutual friends think I overreacted?